Okay. Hopefully all is well. I'm just doing a quick checkup with everything. Okay. Hopefully this will work. Gosh. Time flies so quickly, you guys. Also, I didn't sleep until like midnight. Yeah. I'm telling you guys, I barely have time for myself, so it's kind of wild. But welcome to session 25. You probably might have guessed I just woke up. I did wake up at 4:50 today, and I made sure I drank some wine last night so I could just go to sleep faster, which was a good move on my part, so it's great. I feel kind of well rested, but yeah, let's see how the rest of today goes. So we have our stream itinerary today. We have greetings, conversation practice, questions, comments, concern, and suggestions. So here we are at greetings. Like I mentioned to you guys, I only got at least 4 hours of sleep in. Because after I ended the stream, I stayed back to edit for the slides for today and tomorrow, and I didn't finish for Friday yet. They're very quick questions, and it's revolving around practicing our phrasal verbs, which we've already covered from our grammar lessons yesterday. So hopefully if you watch the grammar lesson video, I'm trying to create like conversations that's working around that. So hence this. Yeah. So that being said, my desk is still kind of messy because I literally, after I finished that, I just worked on my Booho journal just a little bit, and I managed to finish some stuff that I wanted to do, so that's good on my part. And now, I think I caught up with something, so I feel kind of glad that I was able to stay up a little bit and catch up with what I need to do. Because when I'm at my work, I barely have time for myself to just sit down and just do like a checkbox on what I did for the week. So I need to recall what happened last week because I don't remember what I did. And yeah, I think that's about it. I'm just gonna go ahead and see if I can edit my checkbox for my Japanese lesson after this lesson here, because I want to make sure that I'm up to speed when it comes to my learning. So I mean, we can talk a little bit about like my language learning acquisition. Let's see if I can pull up. Where is it? Here he is. Here it is, sorry. Here we are, or here it is. My brain is like, in the morning, so it's okay. So this is what I wanted to catch up on. Let's see. Okay, here we are. Also, interesting, my voice has changed on the audio, so it's kind of weird. I'm hearing I'm hearing it on my tablet, and my voice sounds much deeper than it's supposed to. I don't know what happened. So give me 1 second. Alright, once. Alright, I'm testing my voice again to see if it's working well. I just don't know. Something happened to my audio and it just dropped my voice like a few decibels. I don't sound like myself. I know my voice is a little deeper in the morning, but it does not sound like that. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna reset the stream because it does bother me that my voice sounds like this. So 1 second. Hopefully it reset. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. Hold on, I'm checking my audio again. Good morning, Hans. Not sure what happened. Okay, interesting. My voice had just reset on the tablet, so I don't know if my mic was able to catch myself, but my voice sounded so deep that I was laughing. I'm like, goodness. Yeah, but now it's back to normal. So hello, Hans. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. I was just saying that I was sharing my language acquisition tracker for learning Japanese, and I have yet to update this because I wrote a lot on my Remarkable app, and I recorded like what did I do every day, and yeah, I don't even remember why I pulled up the Japanese, or I just wanted to share, I guess, my progress with you guys. I can't remember anymore because being distracted by hearing my voice sound so deep from my tablet just made me laugh so much in my head. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's so funny. But anyways, here I am. I'm so sorry for that really weird thing that happened, but we are gonna move on and just focus on today's stream. So as I mentioned, we are gonna be focusing on phrasal verbs and practicing everything. I noticed that it's only just me and Hans today in the chat, so today's stream might be very short because Hans is already up to speed when it comes to learning about phrasal verbs because he is a native speaker. Yeah, but we're just gonna go over phrasal verbs for today. So conversation practice, we have practice incorporating phrasal verbs when addressing your everyday routine. We have get up, work out, chill out, run away, meet up. And that's my alarm clock telling me, hey, it's 5:15. Fantastic. All right. We have practice incorporating a phrasal verb when addressing your everyday routine. We have the word get up. So get up, basically, the literal meaning for get up means to stand up, right? So if you're sitting down, get up. That means stand up on your feet. But in phrasal verb, get up means to wake up. So this usually implies in the morning, but it could also refer to waking up from a nap if it is specified in context. So if you were to say, what time did you get up this morning? Or what time did you get up for work? So you can hear from that context that I'm asking, what time did you wake up this morning? So if you were to put in the context of having a nap, you could actually say, oh yeah, in the afternoon I took a nap, so I don't know what time I got up. So notice I said I don't know what time I got up. I used past tense. Oh sorry, I think I realized something. Okay, I used the past tense here, so I should have used got up. That's why I was thinking. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is what happens if I do it so late at night. But it's okay. I'm gonna use the context I get up because we're talking about the action being completed already. Because if you were to talk to someone on the context of it at work, or let's say you're hanging out with your friends and you have a conversation saying stuff like, oh, what time did you get up this morning? It's already used in the past tense. So I kept it in the past tense by default. I should have put it on, I should have written it as present tense. I got up. So I apologize for that. In most cases, like in American English, we typically say get up because we like to use the we like to use the past simple majority of the time in our conversation, especially when we're talking about past tense. So we just stick with past simple. Okay. So when it comes to taking a nap, I'm sorry, I detered off of that because I got distracted by the verb tense. In the context of napping, you could say like, oh, in the afternoon, I took a nap and I got up and I got up around 3 p.m.-ish. So notice my tense form goes into present tense because I think I would typically say this if I was talking about my nap for some interesting reason. Oh, now it's bothering me so much. Hold on, my brain. I'm just gonna double check this for a quick second. Sorry, I'm so sleepy in the morning. So let me go ahead and type in. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, I am double checking on Google because right now my brain is kind of hazy. I am gonna just restart this for a quick second. This happens to me like once in a blue moon where I'm just like, I don't know what I just did. Get up is correct. Double checked it on Google because my brain is still in sleepy mode. So get up is the present tense. Oh wait, the past tense of get up is got up. Okay, so I was fine. I was totally fine. So get up is present tense. Got up is past tense. I am so sorry because I kept thinking in my head like, oh, I got this. And I was thinking that's the present tense for some reason. So it's supposed to be I get up. Yeah, okay, got it. So, sorry, my brain is like processing everything. Good job, Miss Hannah. Oh my goodness. I'm a mess in the morning. Okay, anyways, get up is present tense, got up is past tense. I'm gonna emphasize that, and then if I am wrong, I do have I can just pull it up on Google and show it to you guys. So here's my proof, just to make my point clear, because I messed up and I apologize for that. So, get up versus got up. Here's something. There. The past tense of get up is got up. So got up is the past tense, get up is the present tense. Third person indicative is of get is get up, gets up. He or she gets up, or it gets up. Present participle is of get up is getting up. Past participle is get up is got up or gotten up. So this is the past versions. This is the present. There you go. Just so you guys know that my confused brain in the morning is barely functioning at the moment. But yes, we have wake up usually implies in the morning, but it could also refer to waking up from a nap. Okay, so we do have our questions here. The first one is, what time do you usually get up in the morning? So this is referring to routine. What time do you usually get up in the morning? And how often do you wake up? Oh, sorry. I shouldn't have said wake up here, but I should have said in got. How often do you get up at this time? So not wake up, but get up. Let me fix that very quickly. How often do you get up? Because that's gonna bother me. Boom. How often do you get up at this time? Also, Hans said in the comment, you got up this morning, XD, so he was laughing. Yeah, I got up. I got up. Like, I'm awake. My brain is just tired though. Like, my body woke up, but my brain did not. That's just how it is. Like, that's why I typically try to wake up 1 hour before. But today I chose to sleep in. Because I'm just so tired. I only had 4 hours of sleep, so I apologize. That's just how it is for my daily life. Okay, so this is gonna be a fun clip because you're gonna see how crazy I looked on the stream or something. But let me go ahead and grab some water first to see if I can wake up some more. Okay, so the question is, what time do you usually get up in the morning? For me, 4 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 4:30 in the morning. How often do you get up at this time? Mostly on the weekdays. So we have always, often, usually, sometimes, never. There's a lot of words you could use for, what is it called? The adverbs of frequency that we went over, I believe, 2 weeks ago. I believe, yeah, mostly. So most of the time, I am awake at 4 a.m. in the morning. Realistically, I always wake up at 4:30 in the morning, realistically speaking. So how often do you get up at this time? I always wake up at 4:30 a.m. Very often, so it's very, very, very often. So there's that. Miran, you're here. Hello. We're talking about phrasal verbs. And you just walked in right after I was making myself look like a bumbling fool because my brain is not awake, but my body is awake right now, but my brain is really slow at waking up. So I feel like it's a process for me to wake up in the morning, and that's just amusing on my part. Just because it's like, I don't know, what am I doing? What am I doing in the morning? My brain is just so tired. I did not have my matcha yet, so that's probably a really, really strong case as to why my brain feels so disorganized in the morning. It's because I haven't had my coffee or my matcha, and typically I go with my matcha to wake myself up. And that hasn't kicked in yet, so I'm still waking up. Alright, so instead of me walking in circles with my conversation, we're gonna move on. so the next question regarding get up. What time do you usually get up after a nap? So I mentioned that get up usually or typically implies morning, but we're gonna use it in the application of what time do you usually get up after a nap? So here we indicate it here, after a nap, to clarify that. And then is this a normal occurrence? Always, often, usually, sometimes, never, etc. Do I typically take naps? No, I don't take naps. So that's the interesting thing. I try to avoid it because if I take naps, I can't sleep later on in the evening. So unless I'm super, super tired, then I will probably sneak in a nap and then I'll try to sleep again later. But it's typically hard for me. Miran says, I don't want to wake up early in the morning, but my classes in the morning wake me up. LOL. Aw, Miran. Aw. You must be very busy. Very, very busy. Okay. Let's see. What about for naps? Do you take a nap as well? Also, I feel you when it comes to your response. Personally, I am not a morning person. You can tell already. So if you watch the stream later, you're gonna see like for the first 20 minutes, I'm just freaking out over how my voice sounds much deeper from my tablet. And I also used a wrong explanation because my brain could not process between get up versus got up. Yeah, that's my morning for today. So yeah, I am not a morning person. I just woke up because I'm committing to the schedule for you guys, so hopefully after this stream I'll be drinking some matcha, so I will be waking up some more and I'll be okay, because right now my brain is still recovering from, I think, drinking wine last night. I wouldn't say I drank excessively, but just enough for me to get buzzed and then help me sleep. So sometimes I drink wine just to get through, sometimes paperwork and stress. Other times it's just to help me sleep. So I just want to be in a relaxed state. So Miran says classes plus Sunny, who is her daughter, marketing work and meetings equals a brain freeze, the brain freeze smile emoji. And I'm like, oh yeah, you probably have like, oh my god, my brain is overload in the morning. I feel that. You're doing great, Miran. I'm proud of you. You're a great mom. Okay, so moving on from naps. I don't know if I already answered it. Yeah, I never take a nap. Or if I do, I rarely ever. I rarely take a nap in a week or in my everyday life. There you go. That's what I'm trying to find. All right. So next question, we have workout. This is kind of obvious based on the exercise that we did yesterday. So workout actually works with exercise. It's a very, very common expression that we use, especially if you are relating to gym. Workout can also be used in a different way. So you might have heard, oh, I'm working out the problem, so that means I'm trying to solve a problem. So there's another variation of using the word workout. Oh, also Miran says, for the question, I took a nap today. You did. Awesome. Good, as you should. You must be so tired, so you deserve having a nap, my girl. And you're good. So, how often... I'm gonna go back one slide because I know Miran forgot to answer the question. How... Is it a normal occurrence for you to take a nap? Oh, sorry. Still yawning, still waking up. My brain is still tired. The good news is at least my body clock is willing to wake up at 4 a.m. now, even if it's just like 4 hours of sleep. It's great. I love it. So at least I'm not as concerned as I used to, because I think my biggest concern when it comes to sleeping and waking up is that I'm always afraid I won't wake up on time. But now I'm waking up, which is wonderful, so I'm not as concerned as I used to. So Miran says it's not a common culture for a nap in Korea, at least for office workers. Oh, interesting. I see. So it's not a common culture? So I guess I'm assuming that means, like, in general, people who work in the office don't usually take a nap for office workers. Interesting. Interesting. I just feel like if you're tired, you're welcome to take a nap. It's totally okay. You have so much going on, you know? So it's totally fine. Alright, great job, Miran, for catching up and answering what happens if you typically take a nap or not. But it's okay. I'm glad to hear you got a nap in and that you were well rested, at the very least. Alright, we're transitioning back to workout. So in this phrasal verb, we are using workout as exercise. Yeah. So you would typically say, I exercise in the morning. You can just substitute that and say, I work out in the morning. When, and, or what. So I'm just writing this as if it's applicable. When, and, or, what time do you usually work out? The next one, what do you work out on? So in this expression, what I'm trying to say is, are you focusing on any part of your body that you're working out on? The next one, how frequent do you work out? Always, often, usually, sometimes, never, etc. And do you work out by yourself or with a companion? Okay, go. I was just checking because my microphone has this little pop filter here, so I can't see my text, so I'll be moving like this to look over it, so apologize if I look really funny to you guys. That's why. Also, I saw Miran commented. She said, yeah, we just have lunch and some coffee, no nap in the office life. Oh, poor girl. It must be rough. Oh. I try to survive on 1 cup of matcha. So Miran says, I usually work out around 7 p.m. I do Zumba with a group. Nice. Awesome. 3 times a week. Wow, that's great. I'm glad to hear that. Oh my gosh. I love the fact that you are very consistent in this workout regimen for yourself. Like, it's awesome. I love seeing your story whenever you post about going to Zumba and just dancing. I love that you enjoy it. That's awesome. And to answer the question on my behalf, when or what time do I usually work out? For the past few months, not so much. I just started working out again at the start of the year this year. So I typically work out at 4:40 a.m. And what do I usually work out on? I usually work out on my arms, so building strength. And working on my core muscles. So it's everything with, like, toning my stomach and hips and building strength in my arms. So after today's stream, since I woke up late, I will be working out just to catch up to speed. And then how frequent do I work out? Most of the time, or almost always, I almost always work out in the morning for that. And then hopefully in the near future, well, not near future, in 2 weeks, I will be going back to dance. So I'll be working out even more. So yeah, there's that. And do you work out by yourself or with a companion? I work out by myself for the time being, since I do it early in the morning. And then just a warning for my alarm clock. And if I'm doing dance, I usually work out with friends. Also, Miran responded. She said, if I have to practice it for the performance, I literally work out every day, lol. Because our teacher gives us extra lessons for that. Oh, I see. That's actually fun. I like that. So at least you get to practice some more if there's a performance involved. That's awesome, Miran. It sounds really fun. I'm honestly jealous. Oh man, I would love to perform. I don't know, something about performances are really fun for me, so I'm honestly like super jealous, and I'm envious of you to have that opportunity to do so. Okay. Next word, I believe, we have chill out. Chill out just means relax. So when do you typically chill out? What do you do to chill out? And how frequent do you chill out? So we're incorporating our previous lesson on adverbs of frequency, which I've been doing with all of them thus far. And also thinking about our routines here too. So we are combining a lot of things that we learned from grammar in today's lesson, tomorrow's lesson, and the lesson after that. Because I'm just dividing the phrasal verbs by, I think this one is the most. So today is like five of them, and then tomorrow is 4 of them, and then Friday is 4 of them. So there's that. Miran says, honestly, I am not good at it, but I'm trying to be good at it. Oh no, it's okay, Miran, don't worry. I think I love the fact that you're working hard in Zumba, because it really shows that you are a hard worker and that you're doing wonderful in that aspect. Let me see. Thinking about this. Sorry, I got distracted with a thought relating to work. Okay, so yeah. Go ahead and answer the question. When do you typically chill out? What do you do to chill out, and how frequently do you chill out? I will answer the question right now. Sorry, because my brain is starting to just think about work. Because I'm thinking about, oh, there's changes at work, I gotta substitute a student. I'm just like, worry about that later, girl. Impulsive thoughts. I think that's what it's called. Like, you have these random, like, thoughts just come and I'm like, stop. Not right now. When do you typically chill out? I typically chill out during my drive to work. So I try to relax before I go to work. And it also helps me feel more alert when I'm driving. So I'm learning a language and I'm singing songs on the way to work. So I'm working on my passions. It's a good routine and habit because, number one, I don't fall asleep while driving. And number two, I am being productive in my passions, so I am trying to reinstate that by singing. It is another outlet for me to recharge my battery because I need that. I can't be exhausted whenever I do my passion, so I won't be like, oh, I'm exhausted after working my passion. I need to use it as a recharge station other than taking naps or isolating myself. Because typically, when I feel tired or overwhelmed, I prefer to be by myself and not be around people because it feels like I'm wasting my energy some more. With the only exception with people who don't have high energy around me, because if they're chill too, and we're matching the same introvert energy, I don't feel my energy being drained because like we're not talking to each other, we're just doing our own thing. I'm okay with that. I can be relaxed in an atmosphere of just silence. That's just me. And how frequent do I chill out? Every day. So I always chill out every day. So before work and also on the weekdays. On the weekend, I also chill out. I just relax the whole day. Alright, so Miran responded. She said, I chilled out by watching Winter Youth Olympics in Korea. Oh, okay. There's Winter Youth Olympics already? And Miran says curling is a fun one to watch. Curling looks fun. It looks really, really challenging because you have to be very accurate, I suppose, and then your other teammate has to make sure that the ball or the curler, I don't remember what the word was, will land in like the circle, the closest, I think, and then you want to knock out your opponent or something like that. I can't remember because I think that's how it went in terms of the game. I don't know, are you supposed to knock your opponent's curler out of the circle or something? I think. I just don't remember. It's been a while. But it looks really relaxing to watch. So I agree with you, Miran. It's funny. Alright. Alright, so still waiting to see if she wanted to add more to the thought. I'm just trying to fix my tablet. Alrighty, so hopefully this is working. I'm just checking YouTube. It's like not functioning on my tablet for some reason. But Instagram is working. Anyways, Miran said, I don't know the exact rule. Watching them sweeping the floor makes me excited. It's so funny. Yeah. Me too. When I see them like sweeping the floor, I'm just like, oh my god, is it gonna stop? It's so close. It's so close. Is it gonna stop? Are they gonna stop? You know, it's kind of like makes me worried, I guess, because I don't really know the function. Like, I think it's just to help slow it down, maybe. I just think it's funny. I like the fact that you said that seeing them sweep the floor makes it exciting. I just find that funny. But I kind of like, it's amusing for me because I'm also watching this kind of video in terms of, let's say on YouTube, there is like a person I watch who cleans rugs. It looks exciting and relaxing to watch someone just sweep out the rug and then just do the same process over and over again. Clean the rug with soap, wash out the muck, the mud, etc., the dirt, and then just rinse and repeat. Just keep repeating the same process again. And I find that so relaxing. Miran says, I just always say, OMG, they are so close, LOL. Yeah, I feel like they have to be accurate. So I don't know the role of the sweeper, so I think their job is just to create friction to prevent the curler from moving too fast, or maybe their job is to make the surface more smooth so the curler can move a little bit smoother and land inside the target, I think. I don't know what the rule is or the role of the sweeper. I don't know if it's to create more friction or to smooth out the surface. I don't know. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I need to rewatch that and take observations for myself. Anyways, I'm going off topic. We should go back to the chat. We are now addressing the next one. Is this our third or fourth one? Runaway, which basically means avoid. So, what do you typically run away from? Why do you think you run away from it? How frequent do you run away from this problem / situation? Always, often, usually, sometimes never, etc. So, what do you typically run away from? So take your time, Miran. I'm also gonna answer this question because my brain is just like, ooh, sleepy, but I need to wake up. What do I typically run away from? Waking up. I go back to sleep. I avoid waking up at 4 a.m. I'm not gonna lie. I ran away from waking up on time. I just looked at my alarm clock. I'm like, oh, it's 4 a.m. I'm just gonna turn it off and go back to sleep. So that's what I did this morning. I'm like, I'm avoiding waking up on time. I just want to sleep a little bit more, like an hour in. Because as you guys know, I only had 4 hours of sleep. Sorry. Another thing that I run away from. Problems. Like, don't get me wrong, but what I mean is if there's someone who's gonna try and create drama and problems, I typically want to run away from them. Because I don't want to be involved in that stuff. My life is peaceful and I want to keep it peaceful. So I'd rather not be involved with people who cause drama. And why do you think I run away from it? It's because I've been through enough drama to know how much it impacts my life and my mental health and my well-being. So if my mental health is impacted, it usually gets in the way of me completing what I need to do. So that's why I typically run away from people who who cause problems, for example. How frequent do you run away from this problem or situation? I would say always. I mean, I would listen in and hear it, but I don't want to be involved in the problem, you know? It's like, I don't want to be involved, but here I am listening to tea and just indulging myself in the entertainment of hearing other people's drama. So I'll be like, okay, cool. But at least my life is peaceful. That's kind of funny because life is a lot like that. We like to listen to drama, but we don't want to be a part of it. That's just how it is. Miran said, I run away from getting judgmental looks. Or judgmental looks. That makes sense because you don't want to deal with people who just give you like, who are just being judgmental to you. And then Miran says, I also run away from gossiping. Yes, that's right. So T is gossiping. Or just sometimes it's just telling news about good or bad things. Talking behind the person is a thing that is talking behind the person is a thing that the coward does. Yes, talking behind the person is a thing that the coward does. Yes, good job on catching your words. I was like, what? But yes, talking behind a person's back is very cowardly. And if you have a problem with someone, why don't you address it? Just say, hey, I don't like this. In terms of like, if it's something that can be fixed, like for example, I always tell my friends, if you guys have a problem with me, tell me face on, you know, because I don't like guessing games. I don't like to think, oh, we're okay because you never mentioned we're okay. And honestly, it also hurts my feelings because I find it super disrespectful that you can't just tell me honestly with what's the problem. If you want to say you don't like me, cool, we don't have to be friends. Fine with me. I find a lot of people who run away from that, and I'm just like, gosh, guys, I'm an adult. As an adult, we barely have time for a lot of people, so if you don't like me, that's good for me because I don't have to spend my time and energy on someone who doesn't like me, you know? And it's just like, okay, whatever. I usually don't care about that too. So Miran says, I don't like guessing games too. It's exhausting because I don't even know if we have a problem or if I have something that I can actually solve, you know? It's like, I don't want to be involved with people who just don't know how to communicate, and that kind of bothers me, so I don't bother, to be honest. So if people tell me that something's wrong and they make me guess that, you know, like, oh, I caused something, I'll be like, then why didn't you tell me? Because I can't read your mind. I don't have the superpower for it. My brain is kind of focused on other things, so if you had a problem, you could have just communicated, you know? And then Miran says, just speak what you think, LOL. I always say that. Exactly. I say that too. Like, whenever I meet my friends, I'm like, if you have a problem, just tell me. Just tell me. And I will, even if it's uncomfortable, just tell me, you know? Like, I'd rather have an uncomfortable relationship with you knowing that you're not wasting my time or your time, you know? Yeah, enough said. So that's why I'm kind of a direct person, and I typically avoid people who try to do mind games because I'm just like, well, I don't want to spend time with you if you're just gonna act like that, you know? It's just immature, waste of time, waste of energy. And as adults, time is already cheap. So we talked about this yesterday. Time is limited for us because most of the time, most of our hours in the day is wasted on work. So the little hours that we do have for ourselves to like relax or spend time with people, it's already cheap. It's already limited. So use that time wisely, right? So at least that's the way I think I perceive things, and it looks like Miran is the same as me in terms of like, we really respect and care for our quality time. So if we give it, we want to spend it with people who do care about our time. Yeah. So this is actually a really great question, Miran. So what do you think mind games for couples, do you think it is necessary? No, it's immature. It's a sign of immaturity. I'm gonna be honest. Like, in the beginning, it's understandable because if it's your first relationship and you have mind games in the beginning of the relationship, it just shows immaturity or lack of awareness, you know? It shows naivety because it all just points out that you think your partner is trying to meet your expectations and your other part and your partner, for example, is trying to make you meet their expectations. And that just causes a lot of problems because first and foremost, you should already know how to communicate. You were born with a mouth. If you can't speak, you can write. And if you can't write, you can sign if you know some sort of sign language. But there really is no excuse for communication. That's just how it is. The human experience is we have to communicate, you know? So I just find it really problematic if you already have a lot of experience when it comes to relationships and you still choose to have mind games. That's just a red flag for me because that shows this person does not care to understand their partner. They only care about having their partner adapt to them and their needs without putting effort to make them communicate. Like without having effort on your part to communicate to them. That shows a sign of selfishness. So yeah, I think it's unnecessary. It's important to just be direct, I think. I understand people do guessing games for maybe excitement in the relationship or something. As long as both partners are aware of that and they communicate that that's okay. Or if it's a habit, you know, that it's already established between couples, so it's not in early on in the relationship, because sometimes guessing games can be like when your partner is not talking to you, not because you did something bad, but maybe they had a bad day at work. You kind of know because they came home from work and they act like that. That is already a sign to tell you it's not really so much of a guessing game. It's kind of like a routine that you can quickly presume because it's been a long day. They came home, they're quiet, they're not smiling. It's not a guessing game. They had a bad day, right? So there's that. Miran said, if you have a month, you can communicate. LOL, that makes so sense. Yeah, exactly. So if you've been together for some time, and if there seems to be, again, any miscommunication, or if it becomes a guessing game, learn how to communicate. Talk about it. Say what makes you unhappy. Say your expectation. Listen to your partner on their expectations as well, and see if you guys can compromise, because don't ever force a relationship when both of you guys cannot compromise, because that just leads to resentment, and ultimately the relationship will fall apart. So I speak from experience. But yeah, no guessing games. Communicate. It's important. Alright. I think this was a very fun topic because we went into the whole relationship department. Anything with relationships are always fun conversations with you guys, especially you, Miran. Alright, we're moving on. I think this is the last one. I'm gonna double check. It is the last one. Awesome, because we're almost done with today's stream. It's 5:53 a.m. The last one is meetup. Spend time together. Alright, so who do you typically meet up with? How often do you meet up with this or this person or these people? Always, often, usually, sometimes never, etc. Also, before I answer this, I think Miran just sent me a question. Miran said, I have a question to ask. If you found somebody gossiping about you, what would you like to do? I don't usually confront them about it. When someone gossips about me, I'm just like, well, at least I'm doing something right in my life. Because if I'm focused on myself and I'm not worrying about anyone else, I'm just doing my part, which is going to my work, trying to live a good life for myself. Well, at least I know some people are jealous because they're talking about me. They're talking badly about me because they think I put myself on a pedestal. Maybe they have low self-esteem that they want to make me look bad just so they could feel better about themselves. Happens. There are kind of people who do that. Cool. So at least it goes to show that I'm doing something right in my life and I don't mind about that gossip. If it's my friends who are talking badly about me behind my back, automatically that's a red flag for me for friendship, because the thing is, you're not talking to me, and instead you're airing out your problems about me to someone else, or like a mutual friend, for example. If it's just to like vent of your frustrations about me, and you don't want to resolve it with me, and you continue to perpetuate the problem, perpetuating meaning like you're continuing the problem no matter what, and you still vent about it or rant about it to your friend, that just goes to show this person does not want to solve the problem. Number 2 shows immaturity. Number 3, our friendship will not improve from that point, because at that point I just know that this person just likes drama and talking smack about people. So I'm just like, I would probably retract and be like, yeah, we're not spending time together with each other anymore, because I don't want to be associated to someone who only likes to talk badly about me, you know? So I would reduce my time spending time with them. Miran also said that makes sense because Hana is awesome. They are jealous. So they are jealous. Thank you, Miran. I think it's not about me being like, oh, I'm being like bragging about myself when I say that. I'm confident in myself, not cocky. It's because I really don't have time to think about other people and worrying about them, because I want to respect that everyone has their own life and they have their own hardship. Well, they're already struggling in whatever they're going through, so I don't feel the need to have to talk badly about them. So in all honesty, it's just like, if you have the time to talk about someone else, why can't you put that same time in working in yourself, you know? So that's just how I feel. It's like, you really have time to talk badly about someone when you can just focus on yourself. Okay. I think this is kind of funny because this is kind of also overlapping in terms of work. Because I know in work, we typically gossip in terms of our frustrations with people. So sometimes we could be like, oh, our supervisors, blah, 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 you know? So we do talk like that, which I understand. Again, kind of reflecting with friendship, or what I mentioned earlier. If it's a problem that you don't resolve with your supervisor, it's a you problem. Yeah, because you don't want to resolve it. You just want to talk badly about someone. I do vent about my frustrations on stuff, but I don't typically talk about the person per se. I just talk about, oh, like for example, at my job, whenever I vent about it, I'm just frustrated with the system, not so much at the people. Let me see, actually, let me rephrase that. It's the system that makes me frustrated, but also sometimes the people, but it's usually about like a one-time occurrence. It's not a consistent thing, because if it was consistent, I would have quit, you know? That's what I'm saying. So if that's the problem, I would be like, okay, I quit. I don't want to be in this job anymore because the people are horrible, the job is horrible, everything is horrible, I'm just leaving. Because why would I want to put myself in a position where I'm constantly bringing out the worst in myself, you know? So in that case, I'm very protective of my experience. And I know this because I've went through a job where I was constantly pushed to the end, like to the edge of my seat. Like I've been in a job where I've constantly hated. I didn't want to go anymore, but I needed the money. But my mental state was so bad because of the job. So thank goodness I left that job like maybe a few months later. So I kind of realized from that experience I need to be protective of my environment, because that is going to cultivate the kind of person I'm going to be. So experiences are great, guys. Learn from negative experiences too. Don't just avoid them, just learn from them. That's the message of life, basically. All right, so we're now moving back to meet up, spend time together. So hopefully I answered your question, Miran. Who do you typically meet up with? I typically meet up with my friends. Typically over the weekend. Sometimes on weekdays, but mostly on the weekend. And I always encourage my friends, I'm like, please get me on the weekend so I will have full battery that I can actually cope and interact with you guys. Because I'm so tired from my weekdays. And it's starting to get better, so I can kind of still see people nowadays, now that I've developed having a new recharge station, which is working on my passions. It's already 6 o'clock. Lovely. So yeah, I typically meet up with my friends. Like, for example, my best friend, I only see her once or twice a month, because my best friend is now married and she's just adjusting to her new lifestyle with her husband and work, etc., different priorities. And that's perfectly fine with me because that's just how adulting is. And I don't take it to heart. I know my best friend always, she messages me and says, I'm so sorry we don't spend enough time together. And I'm like, girl, we're living our best life. If I see you at least once or twice a month, I'm happy. Because I'm just grateful I can see her at all. I have other friends whose schedules are starting to align with mine. So I see them more frequently than others. So those friends I can see like every weekend. So it would be like once or twice a week. So Saturday and Sunday, sometimes Friday. So I see this other friend, another bestie, sorry. I see my other best friends, like maybe one of them every other week. Another one is almost every weekend. So there's that. So Miran said, I typically meet up with Zumba people and my besties. That's awesome. I'm glad that you can do that. So when I was active in dance, which I will be in 2 weeks, I usually meet up with my friends every week. So it would be like 4 times a week I would see them. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of busy starting in February. That routine is gonna shock my system because right now I've already adapted to this new system where I wake up at 4 in the morning and then just do the stream. But it's okay now. I'm totally doing okay. So after adjusting to the schedule, I will be adjusting again in 2 weeks when I incorporate dance back into my life. So I have more of an incentive to work out again and also pursue my passion. And yeah, I just have to be mindful of my time because I still plan to wake up around 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning. But with dance, I think what I'll do is I'll sleep in a little bit more, but hopefully I wake up earlier, or I establish a new routine where I wake up to teach for you guys in the morning 3 or 4 times a week. We'll see how that schedule goes. And then yeah, hopefully that'll work. So it will also cut down on time for doing this every day. So yeah, if at one point I'm able to do this as a full-time job, you know yourself, I'll be streaming more often than not. So I would probably even adjust making a new schedule where I'm streaming multiple times a day. But that's only if I'm given the opportunity to make this live stream teaching as a full-time job, which would be a blessing, honestly. But yeah, there's that. So I think that's it for today's lesson. Miran said, how do you manage waking up so early? I admire you. Oh girl, I suffered through it. I had to just, you know, like, first and foremost, I told myself I wanna like make my life more productive, because if I just focus on my job, which I typically have every day, I'm gonna start hating it. And it's been a challenge because some days are good, some days are bad, and I've started to notice there's I'm kind of self-aware of myself. I'm always checking in on myself. I'm like, how am I doing? There's been days where I wake up in the morning where I'm just like, I really don't want to go to work. So I have to convince myself, hey, if you give yourself a reason to wake up in the morning, it'll be easier for you to transition going to work. So I had to tell myself, also with my New Year's resolution, I was telling myself, if I wake up at 4 a.m., I pursue what I wanted to do, which is teach ESL or EFL online, that's gonna make me excited to wake up in the morning. And since I'm driving myself to work, and work is typically 1 hour, you know, like because of traffic. There's so many people in California who don't know how to drive in LA, so they cause traffics in the morning. It happens every day. It's a daily thing. I have to make use of that time because when I'm driving, I space out. Sometimes I might, like in the morning, I don't typically fall asleep or bob my head. Like, I notice that happens after work. Like, I usually bob my head and I'm so sleepy after work. But in the morning, it's like I need to do something. Because if I'm constantly in a state where I'm just like tired, not doing anything, nothing stimulating my brain, I walk into work constantly carrying that negative cloud in my head where I'm just like, I don't want to be here, right? So I have to convince myself, goodness, if I had to do something in the morning and wake myself up and be excited, it'll be better for myself. And the reason why this came to me, it was because I think 2 springs ago, I think it was my last semester in my postgraduate, I took a singing class, right? So I had to wake up at 10 a.m. so I could go to my campus by 11, which is when I start singing. So what I did notice was that the earlier I wake up, my voice improved. And number 2, I was more excited to come into school because I was doing something that I loved, which was singing. So I kind of trained myself to believe that if I do that, by waking up 4 in the morning, even though it's hard for me to wake up in the morning from time to time, like today, I woke up closer to 4:50. So I woke up at 4 a.m., then I woke up at 4:50 again, and I was like, I need to get ready for my stream. Even if I'm 5 minutes late, I'm here. I am here. Hello, Janu Uba9. Thanks for joining. So again, it's like, okay, give myself an hour to wake up because my brain, just like today's stream, is frazzled. It needs time to wake up, so I need like 30 to 60 minutes to wake up from my brain too. Then at 5 o'clock, I am here streaming with you guys. And then Miran said, I feel you. And then from 6 to 7, I have time to pack up and prepare. And then by 7, or hopefully by 6:50, I'm already driving to work, you know? And that's when I have that whole entire hour, sometimes 60 minutes, sometimes 70 minutes because of traffic. And I use that time to study Japanese while I'm driving. And then I'm also studying, and then I'm also like memorizing, singing a song in Japanese. The song is called Stay With Me by Miki Masuraba, I think was the name of the song. Because since I plan to go to Japan in March, I know for a fact that I will be singing at Japanese karaoke bars, or maybe at Japanese karaoke places too. I know they provide English music, but I think it'd be nice, or maybe it might make people happy knowing that I'm singing a song in their language too, you know, because the Japanese language is awesome, but it is very, I wouldn't say complicated in terms of speech, because when I listen to the speech, it seems okay, but writing is a different story. Japanese writing is a different story for me. The orthography is the hard part, but I'll get there eventually. I have hope for myself. Aw, Miran put like emoji with heart eyes. Thank you, Miran. So yeah, that's how I typically start my day, is that I need to start my morning doing things that I love, so I have a reason and an incentive to wake up early. So it's just all about knowing yourself, recognizing these patterns, knowing what makes you feel fired up in the morning, and yeah, because ESL here, like teaching this for you, Miran, or anyone else watching this makes me really happy. It fires me up. So I really don't mind creating slides and providing new questions. I also don't mind sleeping late just to make this stuff too. Like I mentioned, I slept at midnight because I was doing a lot of things. I really enjoy this stuff, you know, it gives me meaning to my life. It's something I am passionate about. So if you can also incorporate that in your everyday life, like especially if you're doing it in the morning, I feel like it would change the way that you run your day, hopefully. So yeah. Alright, so hopefully I've answered your questions, Miran. We have a right in our QCCS, questions, comments, concerns, or suggestions. If you have any other questions, let me know. I really love answering your questions, Miran. You come up with really great ones, so it's really fun to just go off topic for a moment and answer your question. And of course, it's related to our everyday life and it's meaningful, which is my goal of every conversation, is just to make sure whatever we're talking about is applicable to everyday life, as it should, because why else would you learn English or a language that you will not apply to your speech? But yeah, I digress. We're gonna go ahead and end the stream very soon because it's already 6:09. So I have like a minute or so to end the stream, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for work. So as a reminder, I am going live on YouTube and Instagram at 5 in the morning, Monday through Friday for the next week. So this week, next week is my last Monday through Friday schedule. I will be changing it because I'm going back to dance. Because I need it and I miss it. So it's gonna be another challenge for me to see what my schedule will work out and etc. So Miran said every day is meaningful. Yes, exactly. So that's my life currently. It's like every day is meaningful for me. Miran says, you are blessed, Hana. I mean it. Aww, thank you, Miran. Thank you so much. I'm taking care of myself now. After putting myself through so much trouble, like going to college and university when I was in a burnt out state, I'm now treating myself with absolute care because I've tested myself over and over again to the point of breaking my own spirit. So I am very, very careful, and I try to keep my life blessed as much as possible and live a comfortable life after going through all of that stuff. But yeah, anyways, we have English for Everyone, which is grammar, every Tuesday at 8 p.m. I will be keeping this schedule, most likely for the next rotation too. I'll keep on every Tuesday because it works with my schedule. Hopefully I don't have anything get in the way with that, but if something does, I will let you guys know and I will update the schedule accordingly. And finally, Discord. If you are gonna join the Discord group, I feel like it is case sensitive because Sienna brought up that she wrote all Sienna brought up that she did all caps, and she sent me a screenshot of it and she showed me that it didn't work. So I think it is case sensitive. I apologize for that. The link is in the description in YouTube if you are gonna check out my video there, or if you are on my Instagram, just open the link in my profile and it should have a button that says join my Discord group, and it should work from there too. Aw, Sunny is also, and she put music notes, listening to you, and she says hi. Aw, hi Sunny, good to see you. I hope she enjoyed my stream as well. Aw. I'm trying to remember, my brain is just like, wait, switch off. I need to say something in Korean. Oh yeah, okay. 안녕하세요, Sunny. 안녕. I think, right? For informal. 안녕. Also 사랑해. Alright. So I'm gonna go ahead and end my stream. So here we are. Yeah. So that's gonna be the end of today's stream. Miran, thank you so much for being here. Honestly, if you weren't here, I probably might have ended my stream in like 30 minutes before you arrived, but when you showed up, I was like, oh my goodness, yay, you caught up, you're here. So I'm glad I was able to talk to you and hear your answers and engage with you from the chat. I need to figure out how I'm gonna be incorporating how do I say this? Like I want to add the chat to Discord. I don't know how to do it. Or through I want to show the chat from from Instagram to what's it called? To YouTube. I'll do something about that in the near future. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I will add that stuff in the near future. We'll see what happens from there. So hopefully you're gonna start seeing your chat show up on YouTube, but on Instagram itself, I'm not gonna add that feature just because there's already a chat room that you can see. So there's no point of reduplicating that. We'll see how this goes, but there's that. So Miran says, have an awesome day. Thank you. You too. I also hope you have a wonderful evening or a great morning. Thank you for joining me. I know it's quite late in your time zone, and I really appreciate that you come in at this time. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. See you tomorrow with the next session for phrasal verbs. So hope to see you then. Bye, Miran. 사랑해.